beautiful humans, I hope you're having a positive day. This video is mainly going to center around my life and how I live every day to make it as positive and happy as I can. I'm hoping to inspire you guys to either take some of these points or just look inside yourself and what inspires you, makes you happy, makes you smile throughout the day, and putting more of that into your lifestyle so that way you can find your happy place and just live the best life. A big thing for me in my life is peace. So just having the ability to take a deep breath and know that things are going to be okay. It's going to take time, but it's going to get better, and you can just focus on those things that make you happy and make you just want to get up every morning and have that energy to move forward. So I would say my 4 main points of how I live my life, or the style, if I can give you an overview of it, would be minimalism, eco-friendly Hygge, and then aesthetics. So those 4 things all incorporate my lifestyle and the things that make me happy. So to give an overview of my minimalistic lifestyle, it would be reducing noise and clutter and living simplistically. I'm very clean and modern, and I prioritize simple but elegant is what I say. For my eco-friendly lifestyle, it's going to be keeping myself and as well as the planet healthy. For my Hygge, that's going to be coziness and comfort as well as content. Basically, it's creating atmospheres that promote coziness and well-being. And then for my aesthetics, it's going to be appreciation of beauty, taste, and style. Promotes that appealing nature when you walk into a coffee shop. You just want to sit there and read a book. That's perfect. I also just wanted to say all of these little things are what I've learned over the years and how I live, so hopefully you can get a little inspiration from that. Okay, so starting with minimalism, I am always decluttering. You've seen me do some on my channel, as well as cleaning. Like I said, I have a very clean home and magazine ready. I love organizing, and even chores themselves makes me happy because I know that means I'm going to have a clean home. It's going to smell nice, and that's going to make me smile. Having the curtains open, the blinds open is going to be a big thing because I like light. I've had the dark rooms before and it just wasn't good for my mental health. I'm also very intentional in my purchases. I really want to think about what I'm going to buy, and if it's something that I've been wanting for a long time, or if it's functional as well as pretty and aesthetic, then I'm definitely going to get it. It's just taking that time to not just get anything. So minimalism does not have to be that very well known, you own very little. It's just you don't have clutter. You're very mindful of what you are spending your money on and putting into your home, and therefore on the planet. I love to have my fridge also cleaned out very often, and I don't just mean wiping everything down and cleaning the fridge, but I mean more eating everything that I possibly can before I go grocery shopping. So that way you're not having a ton of things you forget about, you're wasting it, throwing it away, or it goes in the freezer and then that starts to go gross and you throw that out too. So it's really just keeping an eye on what you have and making the most of what you can, which also of course saves you money. So who doesn't love that? Going along with what I watch of what I buy and being mindful of it, I also don't purchase things for many, many years. Not that I find something and I save it for a long time, which I do definitely do that. It's more like clothing. I have clothing from when I was in high school, things that I still like, that still bring me joy. I love that When you look at a piece, it makes you happy, it makes you smile, it looks good on you, you feel confident in it, and that's exactly what you want. Just keeping it very clean, minimal, and not going shopping all the time. So of course on this channel I promote positivity. I want to promote light. There's so much crazy in the world that I want to help people feel as airy as they can. I go with the flow a lot and I slow down. So it's hard for me sometimes. My body is I want to be productive, let's get things done. And I do that, but I make sure to span it out. I slow down, I take breaks in between. You definitely want to listen to your body. If you need to have a break, then you do that and you let your body rest. You read a book, you do a calm activity, listen to calm music. It's going to be great for you. Speaking of those little hobbies, definitely hobbies that fill your day and you have less screen time. So of course in today's world we have a lot of screen time. We have our phones, we have work. I work from home on a computer, so I'm always in front of a screen. Just making those intentional hobbies that take you away from the screen, let your eyes adjust, get outside, look far away, bird watch. That's definitely something minimalistic that I like to practice on my day-to-day. Moving on to eco-friendly lifestyle. So what I do, these are definitely just suggestions. Like I said, they are by no means anything crazy for the planet, but simple little steps. It's always the little things, right? You want to practice loving those little things. And if you're making any sort of effort to save this beautiful planet that we are so fortunate to have, then that's going to make a difference. So definitely starting small. These suggestions and things that I do in my life are very minimal, that you don't notice really the difference. So it's a small step that you can do in big ways, and that changes your carbon footprint. So for instance, my partner is not sustainable. It's not something that he practices, but it's something I do. So I found ways to better than the waste that he produces by choosing things that don't make such a big difference. So some of the things that I want to start doing to increase the eco-friendliness that I do on my day-to-day is getting glass containers for my Tupperware. Right now they're plastic, and that's just not super healthy when you're warming it up over and over and over again. I also want to get reusable Ziploc baggies because you can reuse them over and over again and they're thick. My partner uses a lot of Ziploc baggies for being a on-the-go, bringing your lunch kind of work. I also would love to collect rainwater for watering my plants. It's much healthier for the plants, and then I'm not using any extra water, and it's all natural. And then just of course, overall, I want to produce less waste. So of course I recycle right now. I'm thankful that my apartment does do that. It's a little extra steps for sure, but it's such a minimal thing. It's something, right? So I recycle everything that I possibly can just to help that little bit. But overall, I'm still noticing we're still taking out the trash and taking out the recycling a regular size, probably once a week. And it's just too much waste for me. I try to buy produce that's not in plastic packaging, reusable baggies, but I definitely try to reuse what I do get so that way it has some kind of second purpose. It's not just a single-use plastic. So here's a bunch of things that I do to lower my carbon footprint and just change the little daily things to help the planet. Some of my favorite pieces that I've gotten and switched to is laundry soap paper. They're laundry sheets. So it's laundry detergent turned into sheets. So they kind of look like dryer sheets, but you use that instead of a liquid form, which one is a lot cleaner and two is less plastic. Another thing is dryer balls. So instead of having dryer sheets, reusable dryer balls that help, reduce static and break up the clothes, but also having two softer balls that grab onto hair. Of course, I mentioned that we have Tupperware, so having that is super helpful, and of course saving leftovers. And then also our fabric napkins are a big one. We switched to mainly using these fabric napkins like you would get when you go out to a restaurant, which feels a little fancy too. You just want to make sure you get really good ones that will soak up things better, and we'll reuse it over and over until we deem it dirty. I absolutely love my reusable water bottles. Everywhere I go, I have a reusable water bottle that I fill up. But right now we just get gallon size, and then we can fill up those reusable water bottles all day long while we're here. And of course my gym too has a refillable station. I used to buy regular water bottles and I drink like 6 of them a day. It was so much plastic and took so much room in my trash can. Another small thing that we do is reuse dishes. What I mean more is I will rinse it off and then let it dry, and we'll reuse it with the same type of stuff. Of course, if you're cutting meat, you're going to want to wash it fully. It definitely saves us on having so many times of running the dishwasher. You're not washing every single thing. Just like with your clothes. You're going to wear out your clothes a lot quicker if you go and wash it every single time. It's a lot of water to wash your clothes. Keeping your loads nice and full, as filled as they can be, so you're not running it as much. Throwing away trash bags when they're full. If we have something that's like a meat container that has the drippings and stuff, or the fat trimmings of it, instead of just throwing it in the trash right away, we have a devoted section of our freezer that we will put that stuff in, and we'll have that freeze so that way it doesn't stink up the trash can. And then before I go empty the trash, I check the freezer and throw those things out. People may find this funny, but when I get gifts, I like to save and reuse the wrappings. So I don't do it with actual gift wrap because that's always just ripped up. But if you have a bag and it has tissue paper and it has a bow, you can take those things off and save it for the next gift. Also, I got these sample holiday cards. I don't know if I signed up for something or if they just came because it was a promotion around the holidays to send out some samples to people. But I've saved up any samples that I get of holiday cards so that way I can reuse them and just cover up the, this is a sample wording. Also, I get some bills in the mail, of course. And sometimes they come with return envelopes so that way you can send the bill in. Well, of course, being very electronic nowadays, I just save those envelopes and I use them for any time that I have to send something in myself. You can give them to people too that send stuff more often. It's just one of those little ways that you can reuse something that you're otherwise just going to recycle. Personally, for me, when I receive a request to make a gift list, I will not act like I'm perfect. I have a wish list. Things like hobby stuff would be great because you want to try it. But a big thing that I like to do is ask for gift cards, money, or just like certificates. So some people find that tacky. It's more experiences over items. That's the big thing. So I've mentioned how I recycle and how I reuse items that I end up getting. So we're big online shoppers. So if we get something online, it comes to the door in a box. So I've been saving up those boxes and the packaging for when we move next. We do have all of those boxes in storage, and then we will use them for moving. I also have a couple that I like the shape of that I want to save for whenever I get married, for being, bridesmaid gift boxes, or when I'm a baby and it can be a announcement gift box. some way to reuse those items and repurpose them. It's such a great thing that you can save money on and recycle for moving specifically. Or if you aren't planning to move anytime soon, you can save them and then post them on some kind of social media for somebody to come pick up for free. And now they have moving boxes. And so you're helping someone as well as helping the planet, giving that box a second life. Another thing that I really love that I purchased and made the switch to is rechargeable batteries. So I know people that use so many batteries, they have to buy them over and over again because they use them so much. But getting, for instance, if you have a gaming console, you can get rechargeable battery packs for your controllers. You can also just get regular rechargeable AA, AAA, whatever size batteries and use those in things that you use all the time. It's definitely an investment at first. It seems like a lot, but when you think about how much you're saving from never buying batteries again, it's definitely worth it. I also really enjoy getting, this is a new switch for us, but getting refillable items. So I'm very excited to be able to get this now, but our hand soap that we switched to, I switched from one to the other because I know that it's refillable. So instead of rebuying the plastic over and over again, I buy the refillable pack and then I can refill all of my hand soaps, and then it's like I just got new ones, except I'm saving that plastic, and that's super, super happy in my mind. It makes me feel good about something little I did that day. Other switches that we've made is switching to bamboo products. So if you don't know, there are tons of things made with bamboo now that feel just like a regular, item. And bamboo is an invasive plant, so it spreads very easily, very quickly. If you have it in your yard or your neighbor's yard, I'm sorry. It's beautiful, but it is very invasive and very hard to stop. But because of that, it grows so much and so fast, and there's so much of it in the world. And it grows so much faster than a tree. So trees, yes, being natural, it's great, but they take 30, 50 plus years to fully mature into a big tree. So that's a very long time for how much paper use that we use, of course, with the trillions of people in this world. So for instance, we've switched to bamboo bedding, so our bed sheets are made of bamboo. We also have toilet paper that's made of bamboo and paper towels, because every once in a while my partner does like to still use regular paper towels for things. So having bamboo paper towels is just another simple switch that we've made, and it makes me feel a little bit better for using those items. So of course, in general, switching to things that are compostable, biodegradable, made of recycled products, or even just natural remedies for things. It's a big thing that I do. For instance, I had some pests on my plants. I looked for a natural remedy, and I found out that cayenne pepper is actually a really good pest deterrent on all plants. It's not harmful to it, and that made me super excited because it's so easy to obtain. It's not going to harm my dog or myself, and it's just super easy. You don't have this nasty smell of pesticide. It's really great to just look for a natural remedy. So trying to switch to more natural items is super helpful. Last but not least is going to be quick showers. I know people that take like an hour shower. It's more of a relaxing thing, so it's more of a self-care, and that's great. For me, I just want to get clean. So sometimes definitely having some water just falling on you, feeling like rain, is absolutely amazing for mental health. But overall, I just take about 10-minute shower. But another thing is water temperature. So I definitely try to stick to a more cool temperature just because I get hot really easily. So of course, being in Texas right now, living in Arizona in the past, I'm used to the heat. Then I don't want anything hot anymore ever. But I really enjoy having a cool shower, especially after a workout, or if it is really hot, I'll utilize having that cool shower. And using hot water takes more energy. Another thing is your air conditioning temperature. It's going to take more energy the hotter it is outside and the cooler you want it. So as close as being the temperature outside as you can bear. We'll usually have it down when we go to sleep because of course I don't want my sleep affected. But during the day I try to have it at about 75, 76 because that's what I can bear. And then I'll just have the ceiling fan on high. The ceiling fan is a great way to, yes, it still uses energy, but it uses less energy. And in turn saving you money in your electric bill. Of course, talking about electricity, also cooking on the right stove top size. So the burners that you have on your stove top, they have usually two different sizes, a small pot and a big pot. It just uses more energy because if you've got an inch and a half that's not being utilized, that's just heating up your place. It's just going out into the air instead of heating that pot more. So just cooking on the correct size is something so little that we try to focus on, so that way you're saving that little bit of energy and of course not heating up your house, making you use more AC and then in turn more energy. And last on electricity is going to be the laundry or the dishwasher. Like I said, making sure that you fill them up as much as you can to where your dishes get clean, and that's using less water, less energy to run so many more loads. The laundry is a big one when it comes to using the right size. So I have it on the auto sensing option. So if you have that option, that's probably going to be a pretty good one unless there's like an eco-friendly mode, which will use less water. But having it on auto sensing, it knows how much clothes you have in there to know when to stop filling it up. So just another little switch that you can make. Moving on to the Hygge lifestyle, that's definitely a newer lifestyle, realizing that I just am in love with it. It's Danish and Norwegian, the style of living a more simplistic, calm, beautiful life. So having love and laughter, not having anger or angry moments, definitely trying to control that. That is such a high energy, high profile emotion. But I'm just not one of those people that get angry. I mean, I get frustrated when I get overwhelmed, but anger, I mean, even things in my past that have been really big and traumatic in ways, I just don't get angry. I've just let them go, forgiven them. And that's what I mean by being light. You're physically light, not just letting the light in actually, but just feeling physically light where you're not weighed down. There's not things on your shoulder. You're just loosened up. Just feeling light and accepting things is a big thing that I try to focus on. So for me, again, I can only speak on my experiences and what I like in my life and what I practice. So a big thing, of course, for me is travel. I love to travel. I have not had a lot of travel experience in my life, so switching to more of a travel girly has made me very happy. Learn new things, new cultures, new people, and see the world because there's so much to see. Of course, going along with that, I love cool air. So getting out in nature and having fresh, cool air. Fresh air when it's hot it feels very heavy, it's not light. So when it's cool air, I feel like I can take a deep breath and just almost meditate. It's a meditative state that I feel when I'm outside. So utilizing any cool air months that we get is very vital for me. I do not like drama, so I definitely practice not having drama in my life. Of course, what you surround yourself with is what is going to, be around you. So I try to have more mindfulness and just whatever's around me, the people I associate with, the things that I watch on TV or I read is more light and airy typically. Of course, there's a few things here and there that I do enjoy, but for my day-to-day, I definitely focus on not having drama, not being associated with drama. I'm a very open person, very open book. Communication is a huge thing that I preach about, and always communicate. It's just such a big thing, so you're not assuming. So that separates the drama and keeps it out of my life. I know myself. I know I'm a good person. I love myself. I appreciate myself. It has not always been like that. It was a whole battle I had to face, but it has made me become more humble and wanting to share this life, this journey, this exploration and travel, making me think that maybe I can help somebody someday is really great. It just makes me happy to possibly be helping somebody through my videos, so that's what I try to do. A big thing that I say is it's the little things, because it really, really is. Everything big comes from little things, baby steps, right? So you have to focus on the little things to get the big thing or appreciate the big thing. Prioritizing dates and prioritizing each other. So however you like to do that, for me it's dates. So having date nights, going out and talking during dinner, having long conversations in the car, eating some frozen yogurt or something is just little things that make your partner feel special, make you feel special, and really keeps that harmony with your relationship. So being present, and of course that works for all relationships. So family members, friendships, make sure that those people are getting the love language met that they need from you. Having everybody together and happy and spreading that positivity and light is really big. So if something makes you happy, do it. That's all that matters. If somebody doesn't like it, then they're not meant to be in your life. They're not meant to be in your space, in your bubble. And a big part of my Hygge lifestyle would be softness. My couch is velvet. I have a Sherpa pillowcase. My dog is very fluffy. Those things just make me happy, and texture is a big thing for me. So if you're more sensitive to texture and feeling, then having those things around you that just make you want to curl up and lay down is super great. I'm very big on music, so these are some of the artists that I really like to listen to, a little bit more soft, a little bit more acoustic. Definitely recommend. Aesthetics is pretty self-explanatory, so it's pretty short, but appreciating design, of course, is a big one for me. If you have seen any of my other videos, you probably know that it's a big hobby passion that I have. It just makes you really think about the aesthetics and the thought that people put into certain places. So for me, I absolutely love a coffee shop. It's very warm and cozy. There's soft music. You can work there, read there, just have coffee and do nothing, chit chat with a friend. There's so many possibilities, and they usually have really comfortable seating, so it's a little bit more homey. Also libraries, of course, they're quiet. There's tons of books. It smells like books, so if you are a book lover, definitely recommend a library. Some other places I really enjoy, of course, weddings. If I had to choose a second career option, it would be wedding planning. Weddings are just beautiful. They're so unique to you and your style. They're so versatile, and they are representing love and happiness. and that's the important part. So I absolutely love weddings. I have a ridiculous amount of wedding stuff saved on my Pinterest, as well as, of course, interior design or homes in general, along with a ton of other things. I, of course, love my greenery, so a garden is very peaceful for me. Having any sort of greenery that I can is essential. So surrounding myself with greenery, going out in nature, and having gardens and flowers, they smell good. I love small towns because they're so quaint, minimalistic, really. They just have what they need, and it's also really cute usually. Of course, going with design, you also want to focus on having good lighting, really setting the mood for things, so having mood lighting or just regular bright lighting. Maybe having some, fluorescent, colorful lights to create more of the mood that you're going for is really fun. So there's so many ways that you can create an ambiance and really enjoy a space more. Getting some lamps here is a goal of mine, and I have tons of candles. I'm always burning, so those are great too. Taking care of your home, making it nice is going to be really better for your mental health, giving the care to your space, giving the care to your planet, giving the care to yourself and your people around you, your animals, is super, super important. That's all I have for this video. I hope you got some inspiration. I hope that you learned a lot about me, I guess, in general. I haven't ever done like a Q&A. Incorporate the things that speak to you and your preferences, things that make you smile, make you happy. That's going to be the most important takeaway. So I really hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Stay positive.